everyone, welcome to Sojourn Yoga. My name is Claire and today we have yoga for building strength. So this is great if you're new to yoga or you're just getting back into a more active practice and you want to strengthen and tone and just start to feel a little bit of heat. It's also great if you are postpartum and just coming back into a more active yoga practice. So it's really safe, but we'll start to get you moving a little bit. So find a spot on your mat and we'll get started. So we'll start in an active child's pose. So knees can come wide, big toes come to touch. Send your hips back toward your heels, arms reach forward, but tent your fingers so that arms are active. So we're starting to wake things up through the upper body here and through the hips. Take a few deep breaths. And you should start to feel your shoulders turn on, hips starting to wake up. And maybe with your exhales, you can sink your hips back toward your heels a little more. Take 2 more breaths here. Good, last breath in. Last breath out. Now plant your palms. Lift up from your navel and come up to a tabletop. So we'll bring the hands right under the shoulders. Knees as wide as the hips. And coming into cat-cow, we'll inhale to sway the belly, look forward. Exhale to scoop the belly around the back and drop the head. So moving like that, inhale, belly sways, look forward. Exhale, back rounds and head drops. Good, 2 more, moving with your own breath, just getting some articulation through the spine. And last one. Okay, so coming back to your tabletop, we're going to press away from the floor to dome through the upper back. So it can be really easy and tempting to kind of sink down into the shoulders, but instead we're going to push away from the floor, little engagement through the core, nice long spine. Now from here you can extend the right toes back, feel free to keep them on the floor, or you can float the right foot up. Toes turn toward the ground. So continuing to press into the floor, flex through the back foot like you're pressing the foot on a wall. Now you can stay here, or for more challenge, maybe the left arm reaches forward. So a balancing table. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Keep pressing away from the floor. Good, 1 more inhale here. And exhale, hand and knee come down. Feel free to take a little cat-cow just to release. And we'll come into the second side. So from here, left toes extend back. You can float the foot up. Again, pressing away from the floor, lifting from the core. Maybe reaching the right arm forward. Long through the spine, long through the back of the neck. And if you're shaking, if you need to take a little break, all good. You do you. Good, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, 1 more inhale here. And release. Nice, maybe just a couple little hip circles to release the low back. And then from here, we're gonna drop the forearms where the hands were. We're going to walk the knees back for heart to earth pose. So kind of like in the child's pose, forehead comes to the mat, but this time the hips go up toward the sky. So this is just a really nice stretch for the upper body. Really feeling this through the shoulders, the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. Melting the heart down. Good, Good, one more breath in. One more breath out. Good, and then again, lift up from your low belly. Rise back up to your tabletop. Okay, just one more little pose here. So from your tabletop, we're gonna extend the right leg back once again. But this time we're gonna bend the right knee toward the sky. Now keep the right foot flexed. So we can stay here, and again, check in. Are you dropping down into your shoulders, or can you press away from the floor? Doming through the upper back, and now we're just gonna pulse here. Here we go, tiny little pulses. Just moving here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just wag your tail, shake it out. We'll do the second side. So left leg back, bend through the left knee, press away from the floor, lift the low belly in and out, and then we'll pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So you can take a child's pose or the heart to earth pose that we did before, or feel free to come up into downward facing dog. So lifting the hips up toward the sky, you can bend the knees generously. You can walk out your dog a little bit. So this is an intense pose, and feel free to take breaks if you need to. Or you can come into stillness and take 3 more breaths here. You can always have a little bend in the knees if you need it. Letting the heels get heavy. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then drop the knees. Okay, here we go. We're gonna light things up a little bit. So bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, we're just gonna walk the knees back. We're gonna do a little modified push-up here. So this is gonna start to really get movement through the upper body. You can make this as big or as small as you need. So we're gonna practice with the knees down today, just a little bit safer for the low back, especially if you're just getting back into a more active routine. But if you are feeling really lit up and you wanna keep the knees lifted, feel free to do that too. So coming down with the knees on the ground. Got a nice long spine here. You can either have the knees down, or if you like this variation with the ankles crossed, you can take that one. So we'll take a full breath in, and then we're gonna exhale, just start to send the elbows straight back, coming to a little halfway lower, and then press back up. Good, inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Good, 2 more, inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. Last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. Nice job. You can walk your hands back, shake it off, move a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're gonna flow into a little series here. So from the knees, once again, we're gonna take our little, our big push up, and we're gonna lower halfway, press back up, tuck the toes, downward dog, or you can take that puppy pose or heart to earth. Inhale, come forward, drop the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. Press back up. Downward facing dog. Nice. Coming forward, dropping the knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. Downward dog. Nice. One more time. Lower the knees. Inhale. Exhale, press up. And downward dog. Good. Take a breath in. Take a big breath out. Great job. Look forward to your hands. And we're going to walk our feet to the front, coming into a forward fold. Nice heavy head here. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. And then when you're ready, slowly bending the knees and rolling up. we're gonna do standing is the chair pose. So feet can be hip width apart, or you could bring the big toes to touch. We're gonna send the sitting bones back. We're imagining that we're perching on a little chair here. So it turns out it's actually a lot of work to perch on a chair. So we're just kind of hovering here. You can lift your toes just to feel your weight moving back into your heels, and then feel free to drop the toes back down. Think about sending your inner thighs toward the midline and down toward the ground. So that just kind of helps with that energy sinking down. And you can keep your hands at your heart, or you can reach your arms forward. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. 2 more. Inhale here. Big exhale. Good. Last one in. Last one out. And then inhale, straighten up, big stretch. Woo. Hands to the heart. Good. Just shake it off a little bit. And we'll move into a high lunge. So from here, we're going to come back into the chair. We're going to peel the left heel up. And mindfully, with control, step the left foot back, high lunge. Now you can always do this with the left knee lowered on the ground and just kind of hang here and work on the stretch if the lifted version is a little too intense. So from here, you can keep your hands at heart center, or you can reach them up toward the sky. Think about lengthening the tailbone down, engaging through the core. And we'll find a bit of movement here, so take a breath in, take a breath out. Inhale, bend the left knee, and then exhale, straighten and lift. So moving like that. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Hands pressing together at your heart if they're there. And straighten. Here's the last one. And straighten. Okay, so being really mindful of the transition. Engagement through the core is going to help you move here. Keep the front foot pressing down. Get a little lighter on the back foot. You can give yourself a little bit of momentum and step forward. Nice. Okay, shake it off. Second side. Chair pose. This time peeling the right heel up and mindfully stepping it back. Now you can walk the left foot over to the left if you need a little more space through the hips. Again, staying here or reaching the arms up toward the sky. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Just make sure the left knee stays on top of the ankle the whole time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Whew. So we're getting into the glutes here, into the thighs, stretching and strengthening. Good, one more time. There we go. Now watch through the transition, little lift through the core, be really mindful. When you're ready, step the back foot up. Nice. Bend your knees, a couple hip circles in either direction. Then we'll do our last standing pose here. So this is going to be the eagle. So once again, coming back into chair, we're really getting into those thighs and glutes today. When you're ready, we're going to peel the right heel up once again. And this time we'll cross it over the left leg. So the toes can stay lifted, or you can drop them down for balance. Arms can reach out. Wrap the right arm underneath the left, maybe grabbing opposite shoulders. Or if it's available, you could bring backs of the hands or palms together. Little lift through the low belly. Squeezing everything in toward the midline. So the thighs squeeze in, the elbows squeeze in, core lifts, breathing here. Good, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Good, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, last one in. Last one out. Okay, here we go. Release, big stretch, reach up. And then hands come into your heart center. Here we go, last side here. Left leg lifts, cross it over. You could even wrap the foot behind if it's available. This time, left arm comes underneath the right. You can grab opposite shoulders or hands come to touch. Squeezing everything in. We're thinking about dropping the seat down, getting low through the hips, but getting tall through the spine and even lifting through the elbows until they may start to come in line with the shoulders. Good, breathe in here, take a breath in. Take a breath out, don't forget to breathe. Super common in this pose that we forget to breathe. Good, 2 more, breath in. Breath out. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Nice, okay. Big stretch, reach up, and then fall down. Forward fold, bring your feet hip width apart. Bend your knees, drop your head down. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. You can sway side to side here. Should feel really good in your low back. Finding some gentle movement. And then when you're ready, releasing your elbows, bending your knees, and coming down into a seat. Okay, so from here, we're gonna extend the legs long. Come up nice and tall on the sitting bones. And then when you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up toward the sky. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, start to hinge forward, reaching toward your feet or your ankles. You can bend your knees generously. That helps you grab onto your feet. And then just folding forward, dropping the head down. Feeling that beautiful stretch through the spine. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Softening through the jaw. Good, just 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. And then release your feet, rise back up. We'll come to lie down on our backs. So laying down here, we're gonna take a reclined butterfly. So soles of the feet come together. Knees open wide. And just breathing here. If this isn't a good position for you, you can always do feet wide on the mat and knees in. So choose whatever feels better. Take a couple of breaths here. You can rest your hands wherever feels good. You can draw your shoulders a little bit underneath you. Beautiful hip opener. Take a few breaths. Nice and gentle. And then when you're ready, you can bring your knees together, draw them into your chest, maybe give them a nice little squeeze. And we'll take a lying twist from here, so you can let the knees fall all the way over to one side. Arms can come out in a T or into cactus arms. And you can look over the opposite shoulder. Just breathing here. You worked hard today, so allow yourself to enjoy this unwinding, resetting. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, over to the other side, looking out over the opposite shoulder. Just let your jaw release. No tension through the face. Again, breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, side out. And then when you're ready, come back up to the center. You can draw the knees into the chest once again. Maybe draw yourself up into a little ball. And then let it all go. Shavasana, sweet Shavasana. Just releasing onto the mat in a comfortable position. Letting everything go, releasing any expectations. Just being really present with your breath in this moment. And if you have a while, or even a few extra minutes, you can pause the video and stay here. But if not, let's just commit to taking 5 deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your hands together. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for taking time for yourself. I hope you have a great rest of your day or your evening. Namaste.